All right, so we got Gwen here. Gwen, you've been working with us for about how long now?
About a week or two.
Yeah, absolutely. And you had some pretty darn good success your first week. Your first week going out there, you had how many sales your first week?
17.
Yeah, excellent. That's insane and fantastic. And if you look at your first week's paycheck, with 17 deals and everything, what would you have to say your first week's paycheck is going to be after all is said and done?
More than 2 grand.
Yeah, absolutely. If we want to get specific, it's going to be right around 2,500 bucks. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, before you had done this sales job and everything, had you ever made more than 2 grand in a week
No,
before? Okay,
no.
all right. Now, had you ever like pictured yourself making more than 2 grand in a week before? Like did
Well,
you
I
even
didn't
think
know
that
you
was?
could make more than 2 grand a week without walking on other people's backs to do it.
Yeah,
So,
well, yeah, and so the nice thing about this job is it's a great job. It's a great product. It basically sells itself. Um, Now, were you kind of in doubt that you would even be able to make some sales before you went out?
I guess I was a little concerned that it might depend on the neighborhood or that, you could get a bad area that would be really hard to sign people up. But for the most part, it seems like people are more or less receptive to it. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And so before this, what was your job that you had done?
oh gosh, I worked lots of jobs, but mostly food jobs and outdoor work. So like
Absolutely.
natural resources type jobs.
Yeah, so not typically like, your salesy kind of job. Like, if I were to ask, like kind of what your profession is overall, saleswoman wouldn't be the first thing that pops to your mind overall, right?
Far from.
Yeah, exactly. And would you have to say like, good training, the process that we've put together essentially has been one of the key things that has helped you out a lot.
Yeah, the training was really good. We get a lot of training, so that's really good. You're not just like throwing us out to the wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. The recorded customer conversations and everything, the actual field training where we come out and train you, that was pretty helpful. Um, you're in a contest to go to Vegas right now. Are you pretty excited about that?
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more excited to pay my debts off, but like Vegas
Yeah.
would be an awesome side
Well,
bonus. So,
cherry on top of the pie, cherry on top of the pie
absolutely.
there, right? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and everything, talking with me. Is there something that you could say if someone's looking at this job and everything and they're kind of on the fence about it? What is something that you could say has been a positive thing for you? You're just your first week working with our company.
Well, I guess the positive thing is when a customer is in, they're usually pretty much all the way in right from the bat. So that's really nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, And so if you look at it, we're really excited for you. We're looking for big things for you to come from the future, and we think that you're doing a great job. So keep it up, okay?
Thanks. I will do my best.
Awesome.